And let me talk. Wait, are we in real time now?
I think we are. Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
it was
shit.
my Bluetooth was messing up. All
Wow.
right.
Wow. The whole time. Okay. All right, then.
All right. So for me, how Rick tore down each and every one of these characters was absolutely hilarious to me. Like, oh, Million Ants? Oh, I thought he was Turd Guy. Okay. And then he was like,
Welcome
"Lung cancer is
everyone
great."
to another episode of A World of Chaos. Wubba lubba dub dub. This is the top 10 Rick and Morty episode. I have a great cast of people with me today that are Rick and Morty super fans. I have one friend that unfortunately wasn't able to make it in, so the list does include his list. So it's kind of skewed, but I'd like to introduce everybody. First and foremost, I'm a gentleman. I will give the floor to Black Girl Marvel. La.
Hello, everybody. I'm your girl La, Black Girl Marvel. I want to thank you so much for joining us. This is gonna be fun. But Kayos got me into Rick and Morty, and I've been obsessed ever since. So I blame him for this obsession.
I will take that. I will take that. Second, I will hand it over to my old consigliere, the godfather that got me into podcasting, Devin. Devin, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm glad to be on here, man. Thank you for inviting me on. And it's like live, you were one of 2 or 3 people that got me into Rick and Morty, man. So looking forward to this.
This is gonna be so fun because it's so off sync.
Yes. Just so people know, his Devin's audio is off sync. So there's gonna be a nice gap of silence before he speaks. So
It was so funny because he was smiling and he hit it, and I'm like, oh. No,
I'm on Texas time, so it's a delay.
And last but not least, first timer on World of Chaos, my man Daquan. Daquan, what's going on, man?
Look, man, it was at least, I think, September last year, and I was like, what is he trying to say with Kayos? And then I finally heard, I was like, oh, it's Chaos. So thanks for having me on, man. I'm glad to talk about Rick and Morty too. So.
I need to know, what did you think it said? Like,
I don't. I thought it was because it was like his name is Kyle. So what is he? Is it like? I thought it was like. What's the camp that you go on to? It's like a Christian thing. I can't think of the name. What was the camp that they did at St. Joe?
Oh God, I know the
Kayos.
Yeah,
Kayos. That's what it was. Yeah, so I was
that's
like,
hilarious.
That's it. Listen, because I do a lot of drugs, so I was looking at it. I was like, what could this possibly be? And it's chaos. So
I've been getting that for years, and I originally had it spelled with like chaos, but with a K, and then people would start pronouncing it Kahas, and I'm like, all right, let me switch this up. And very, very, very funny. I gave my email the other day. Yes. And I gave my email to somebody, and they, because for some reason over the phone people don't know how to spell. Whenever I have to repeat something, I use the military Tango phonetic alphabet. So I do Tango, Echo, Alpha, Mike, Kilo, Alpha, Yellow, Oscar, Sierra. And she's like, "Oh, Team Chaos," and I'm like, well, yes. Thank you very much. You're smart. So, we have a top 10 list of our Rick and Morty episodes. This is actually going to be a collective episode. Everyone has sent me their top 10 episodes, and I have painstakingly just went through them and tried to get them together because La and Daquan's list were not in any actual specific order. So I still had to try to rank that versus everybody whose list was in order. That being said, real quick, I'll start with La. Not counting the ones that are in the top 10. Yes. not counting the ones you have on your top 10, what is the episode that is just outside your top 10 that you love?
Ooh, I wish I would have had this question beforehand.
That's why I wanted to see you sweat.
Oh, okay. Whoa, now I gotta think about like all the episodes. Oh, I would say, how about I say, I don't know if this is on my, wait, let me see. Of course, that's the one episode I didn't put down. What's the episode with the snakes? Oh,
I think the Quan has the
Rick Churian Morty date. I think
that's right.
I think
the one. Oh no, you talking about season 4?
Snake Jazz.
Yeah. Are you talking about?
I'm talking about the one where Morty like saved the
Snake Jazz.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's season 4. That's I think it's like episode 5.
Summer was killing that.
The Rattlestar Rick Lactic.
Rattlestar Rick Lactic. Yeah, that's
man.
The one.
These titles are wild.
That was kind of close on my list, but then I was like, nah, and I pulled it off my list. But that's like that would be on the top 10 as well. So
it's my jam.
Also, that same snake is in season 1. The episode where I think that's season 1 or 2 or something like that. But it's early on. That snake is in the episode where remember where it's season 2 where they freeze the world so they can clean up the house. And then they hit the deer and she tries to save the deer. She goes to the veterinary place. The lady was working on that snake.
You're lying.
In that episode, yeah.
Yeah, that's some good continuity right there.
Yeah. She was working on that snake, and I was like, "Yo, that's."
Hey, I just watched the episode today. She's right.
Damn it! I didn't even put that shit together.
I was watching it. I was like, "That's the same snake, bro."
That's some Inception type shit right there.
Yeah, that's some beyond thinking. That's some Doctor Who continuity. If I'm gonna put it up there.
And it's funny, like I said, La is the person that got me to watch Doctor Who. Since last year, I'm still in episode 3.
Terrible.
I'm gonna get around to it, but I didn't realize how much Rick and Morty did take from there until I started watching Doctor Who, and then the theme song comes on. I'm like, man, Rick and Morty stole all this shit. Like that is straight up Doctor Who's theme song. Like I don't know how y'all niggas did not get a cease and desist very very abruptly, because that is straight up Doctor Who's theme song.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Yeah, Doc and Marty, Rick and Morty. Okay, you kind of skid away. No, that Doctor Who theme song, I stole that shit.
Yeah.
Devin, what about you? What is the episode that is just missing your top 10?
Just wait for that gap to fill.
I was trying to actually let him start talking earlier.
So this is gonna be fun with all the delays. But for me, I literally had to cross this off of my list. But the Getting Swifty episode where the big heads came in and started a reality show and nobody knew it. That's one that I had to cross off my list. So that's
show me
what I crossed that off my list too. I was like, I gotta put a different one down. I
think if I did like a top 15, that would probably be my top 15.
Yeah, because that's solid.
And that's that is episode like that one. Going back and watching, like the Ice-T jokes in that one are just hilarious, and to realize that's Dan Harmon doing Jordan Peele doing Ice-T
now.
Yeah. And then what they didn't know was Ice-T saw the episode, liked the episode, and said that he would have played himself if they would have asked him. But they didn't ask him.
Everybody too scared to come to Ice-T and ask him to make a fool of himself.
Listen, Ice-T is like a more hood Sam Jackson. He'll do it for the money. If you give him a paycheck, he'll do it.
Because he's doing something now for like title loans or some shit. Like,
him and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I was like, I saw that like, shut up. I said, what? I said, money can't be that tight. Can't be that tight.
Like, damn, man, you on SVU for 25 years and now you doing title loans?
And he's still on SVU. So he like, I want to check small corners. I want to check small sides.
Go on, what about you, man? What's the episode that just missed your top 10?
I think what's the train episode from season 4? Because I've gotten a lot of my story structure from Dan Harmon, and just trying to figure out how to, my team. And it was like the most meta commentary you can get on how to make an episode of Rick and Morty. And I think it also kind of brought together, like, because I saw a lot of people talking badly about season 4 and just they thought it fell off and everything. So it's kind of a play on them being self-aware, and they broke the fifth wall, and you got to see like the eventual progressions of their character. Like I like stuff like that because once you realize that you're just in a world and you can play on that, it's fun. You can find more bits and stuff within that. So the train episode from this season, and also the old man in the seat. I like when Rick gets humbled a lot, because everybody wants to be Rick, but because he knows everything, he can do everything. But those are those moments where you still realize he's human too.
Yeah, that one, the old man in the seat, like that was like the one with Unity from season 2.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's one of those where like, okay, it's Sunday, it's 11:30. Let me go laugh at some Rick and Morty shit, and they hit you with some introspective shit. And I'm like, damn, I
just got finished with that episode before I got on the podcast. Literally just finished that episode.
That would hit you like when he comes up and he has the food for him and he's smiling like you gonna visit his boy. Oh yeah, he died like 2 weeks ago. like that shit just
watch Space Beverly Hillbillies, so my jokes
like that's like, damn, I was not expecting to feel that type of shit right now, Justin and Dan. Like,
I think those are some of the best episodes though, because you get that introspection on what it's like to be the most powerful being, and you're still human. Like you can do all this, you can create. I think that's kind of why I enjoy, I guess, satire that much, is because you kind of see the outcomes of things like that, where you wish you're the most powerful person on the planet, and you get that power and you realize that shit is trash.
And for me, it actually mine is actually going to tie into that. Mine that just missed it was Morty Night Run. And the part about that episode I love is not just the Corbopolis Michael, like being one of the greatest side characters of all time. Hey Morty, I'm Corbopolis Michael. I buy guns from your granddad. Like, it's the best character intro ever. But it's the Roy like skit in the middle of it where he's playing the game. And it just that game hits me right in the feels. Like Roy had a good life, had a good wife. My man done beat cancer, went back to the carpet store, and dies. Just getting
never go back to the carpet store, man.
And then Rick getting the same thing and just say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go off the grid and I'm gonna just my Social Security card.
I actually just got finished watching that episode. I'm watching that season actually. So like these those are like nice refreshers for my brain. Those are like really good refreshers for my brain. But I honestly wouldn't mind playing a game like that. Like a game where you like kind of like are incepted into somebody else's life. Like even though it's a crazy idea, it seems extremely fun to see how far of this life you can live in different turns and takes you make. Like I thought that was fun.
Well, Roy 2 just came out, so you can get on that whenever you want.
I'm dead. Go away. Go away. Go away.
All right, so now
He's talking, Kyle. Wait.
Sorry.
Wait, it's weird. It's weird having to sit here and wait for the joke to land. I'm sitting here watching y'all like, yeah, they got it.
Think for yourself. It's okay. Have faith in yourself. That's how I feel. That's how I feel doing stand up. I always feel like I'm delayed, so it's fine.
Just about to say, like you feel like a real thespian now. Just go put your stuff out there and just wait to hear back from me. If you hear crickets, you're like, okay, let me go back to the drawing board. So let me see. All right, so I'll give the trivia to this first before we get into actual lists. So, of the entire consensus, 5 of us, 5 out of 5, including Marvin, 5 out of 5 of us actually have one episode on our list. And
that's nice.
So there is one episode that unilaterally, and that's why I'm going to make the number one episode because everybody had it. All 5 of us have one episode on our list, which I actually thought it would be maybe a little more.
I like that it's not.
4 of you have an episode on your list. I don't have this episode on my list.
I thought it would have been more than that.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like, oh, it's Rick and Morty, but that's the beauty of this, and that's why I wanted to get a good, gauge of people to really find out, like, okay, what do you get from Rick and Morty? What are your favorite Rick and Morty episodes? 4 of you have an episode on your list that I don't have on mine, which is interesting. And then looking back on that episode, I'm like, I like that episode. I know La's gonna know when we get to this. I'll mention what the episode is, but she'll know there's a certain point in the episode which I actually love, and it's a good punchline. But I didn't have it on mine. 3 out of the 5 of us had the same number 1 as our top episode. 3 out of 5 of us had another episode on our list, and of the entire gauge of everybody, season 1 actually averaged 3 episodes, which I actually thought was interesting because, in my personal opinion, season 1 is the weakest of the 4 seasons we've gotten so far.
No,
really?
No, season one sets up all the other seasons. Like season 1 introduces you to this world, to these characters, so it makes you want to see season 2, season 3, season 4. That's just my thought.
Which is ironic. Like through the rest of y'all, it averages at least 3 episodes. On my list, it's only 1 episode from season 1, which I kind of figured, but I actually was surprised when I went back and looked at season 1 of the episode that I actually put on my list. So that was actually pretty fun.
I got 2 season 1 episodes. Yes. I got more season 2s than anything.
I couldn't look it up, but I think season 2 and 3 are like tied for the most. I think they have about between everybody. I think they have between like 4 and 5 episodes between everybody. Okay, so I'll bring this up before we get into top 10. So, what is everybody's favorite season? If you're looking at just from first episode, last episode, which would be your favorite season? Devin, I'll go with you first. What is your favorite season of Rick and Morty?
Mine is season 3. I think season 3, from like literally like episode 1 to like episode 4, I think it was. To me, it was like the best stretch of the show. I mean, we'll get into it later on, and then we'll go through my list. But it's like 3 episodes in a row that are on my list. But to me, like season 3 was the best one. I think part of the reason is because I got into the show kind of late. That's the season I came in on. But man, they had like a 3-4 episode stretch where it's like bam, 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 bam. So for me, that's my favorite season.
Yeah, that's they started the first episode. When it started, it was an April Fool's Day joke. They actually released the episode early, and I didn't find out until I got home from work about like 8:00. And I'm like, why is everybody talking about Rick and Morty right now? Like, and they're like, they released the episode. I'm like, Kevin, stop fucking with me. And he's like, no, it's on right now. It's on a 24-hour loop. Watch the episode. He sent me like a 30-second clip. I'm like, shit, let me get my DVR out. I'm like, damn it, I expect you to actually do something on April Fool's Day. Daquan, what about you? What would be your favorite season of Rick and Morty?
Favorite season, probably season 2. The only episode I don't like is the Wrinkle and Karen. And I think it's when they get into those episodes where they just repeatedly hammer like the same bit, where I get bored. And then I don't remember what the B story is in A Wrinkle in Time, but I just don't overall the Keegan Michael Key cameo was cool. I just don't like the episode. I don't know why, but like Morty Night Run, like that entire run for season 2, except for that episode, is perfect to me. Like I love season 3 because like I was fully on board and fully watching it. But season 2 was like, just because of the Ricks Must Be Crazy, which I'm pretty sure you're gonna get to. But that's probably my favorite episode of Rick and Morty, and I just think that's when they hit their stride. Like season 3 is good, but it's kind of they were what they were at that point, and they kind of knew what they were doing. So it's just trying to, or kind of seeing, what ways they changed. But I think season 2 was their magnum opus.
Yeah, I actually came in to Rick and Morty a season late, so I didn't get into Rick and Morty until season 2, and it was like halfway through season 2. The first episode I ever watched was not Wrinkle in Time. I should know the damn episodes. Hold on. The one where it's the parasite and has the fake memories.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was my. Let me see.
That's Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Yeah, that's Total Recall.
And that was my first episode, so I didn't know what was real and what wasn't real. Yep. So that's the part that really always kept me with Rick and Morty, because like when I first got into it, I didn't know what the setup was really supposed to be, because I didn't even watch it, because I only started watching because I was watching Family Guy, and they kept having the Rick and Morty commercial come on, and they kept having Weird Science as the backtrack. And as a kid of the 80s, I love Weird Science, and the earworm just gets stuck in my head again of the Weird Science theme song. I'm like, what the hell is the show they keep promoting? And I just so happened to be a Sunday at like 10:30. I'm like, okay, well, I'll wait up and watch it. And I liked it, but it wasn't until the end that I really busted out laughing with the Mr. Poopy Butthole and Beth Beef. And she just shoots him. And I'm like, whoa, like, what the hell is this show I'm watching? And I've been.
Listen, that ending will always be classic. With him going through rehab and stuff, and him not wanting to see the family and everything. That ending is always classic to me. Like, he's like, I'm sorry, you only have good memories of me.
And the fact that they've kept that in continuity. Anytime they show him after that, he's either got his cane or he has like a slight limp.
Oh, Devin.
Oh God. La, what about you? What would be your favorite season of Rick and Morty?
Okay, can I first say, I get that you are an old man. I do get that you're an old man. But you are a child of the 90s because you were born in the late 80s. But that's all I want to say, because you making it seem like you were born in the 70s. I
was alive for 5 years of the 80s, and my love of everything from
that's the same for me too,
Ninja Turtles.
That's the same for me too, though.
All comes
but you're
from
still a child of the 90s. Like, let's just technically.
I am more a child of the 80s than 90s, because when I look back on everything I love, majority of it starting from the 80s.
But you watched it in the 90s. I'm just saying.
I watched a lot. I was a very, very informed little 4-year-old.
He was 3 years old. Like, I get 1989.
I'm like, I get what Tim Burton was trying to do with Batman. I understand.
I'm dying. But anyway, can you repeat the question again?
Your favorite season of Rick and Morty.
Oh, well, according to my list, it has to be season 2. So because I heard of Rick and Morty, but it just never was like intent on watching it. Mm-hmm. And then you put a gun to my head and forced me. I started with the pilot, like, because of my OCD. Like, we started with the pilot, so I started with the first episode. So the first episode had me hooked, and then HBO Max was like, yo, let's just put all the seasons. I think the first HBO Max only had like the first season for like a long time, mm-hmm. and then finally it started like getting all those other seasons. So I might have watched the first season like 10-15 times, like, real talk, like, because I would watch, the first season, then I would turn around and just watch it again, like, mm-hmm. I would just keep watching it. So
that was me for season 2, actually, when they first came out, because I had them all on my DVR. I just recorded them all, and I just kept rewatching season 2 over and over.
See, so that was my thing. So by the time season 2 ended up coming out, I think I was super excited, and I latched on to season 2, like, super hard. So that's probably why the majority of my list is season 2. So.
And because you're newer to it, you don't understand, man. Like, I had to wait almost 2 years.
Oh no, I was super excited about that. Man. I was like, I feel really bad for the OG watchers of the show, because what season is it? Is it season 2, like the end of season 2 or something like that?
2 into 3.
Mr. Poopy Butthole is like
man.
Well, you guys are gonna have to wait until like he tells you it's gonna be a minute.
700. It was like 752 days in between season 2 to 3. Like it was fucking torture. It was horrible because I'm like, I cannot. What do you say, Dev?
Hey, it's funny you say that because I didn't realize that the show started in 2013. I didn't realize the show started in 2013, and then I was watching season 2 earlier today, and I'm like, 2015? That was 6 years ago. And it's like been 2 seasons after that. So I'm like, from 13 to now, you had to wait 8 years to get 4 seasons in? Like, man, I would have lost my mind. I'm glad I got in when I did because they made that announcement they were going to do 5 seasons. So now that I'm into it, I'm not having to wait, 3-4 years in between seasons and stuff like that. So I'm glad I got in when I did.
Me too.
I feel bad for you guys that were watching it from day one.
Some of these gray hairs are because I was stressed out waiting for the next episode because I'm like, I can't wait. So
that's why you gotta have a couple of shows on the docket so that like you can go to something else.
Yeah, luckily now we got at least 41 episodes I can rewatch. But man, having just the first 11 just to watch over and over again, it's.
Do you go back to season 4 at all?
That's his least favorite season.
Oh, season 1 would be my least favorite. Season 4 is like second if I'm ranking them because I love the stuff they did, but it's just like certain ones just didn't hit me. Like it seems like Devin said, like season 3, you have just starting at the gate. You got Rick getting back from the Federation. You got the family breaking up. You got Pickle Rick. You got the Mad Max episode. Like you just got all these like murderers row episodes back to back. Season 4 started off great with the Akira references and everything, and then it kind of just was right there with me, where it didn't hit me every single episode. But I'm in the part of the fandom that loves the serialization of it. So seeing Beth come back at the end of the season was cool. Seeing them say, hey, look, Evil Morty's out there, but we ain't addressing that shit right now. So chill the fuck out. I'm like, all right, that's all I needed. Just at least let me know that you know that I know that you know that I'm worried about Evil Morty and just get that shit done. But I do like it because season 4 has given some of the best growth to the characters. Rick is in a completely different place than he was in the beginning of the season, which as a writer, Dan completely did what he was supposed to. He took him on a journey and he's changed, and he is now fundamentally different from everything that happened. Morty is completely different now from when he started. Morty is really being more assertive, which I like. So, we had was that season 4? No, season 3. What was American Psycho Morty, but he's getting progression, so it's great to see. Like it's just like some of them just didn't hit me.
But see, to me, that's what makes Rick and Morty different from like any other cartoon, I guess you can call it, that you've seen, is that the characters stay the same. Simpsons stay the same. Family Guy stay the same. Like all these cartoons stay the same. You literally have a cartoon that's like a TV, like a live action person TV show where the people learn. Like stuff gets pulled from, like they'll reference episodes previously, like the episode that I sent you, Kyle, with the Zorp field, right? Like the first time they do interdimensional television, and Morty's on the couch with Rick, and he's like, "Oh, it's like a Zorp, but like the thing." He was like, "Hey, didn't you have a thing from Zorp?" He was like, they were like, "Yeah, that's great." Like they just like, and it's like they referenced that episode, so like. To me, this show hits way different than like any other cartoon because the characters grow, and that's why I actually like season 4, because you see that Rick is honestly affected by his family, even though since season 1 he says that nothing you do matters and family doesn't matter, and you realize that like he doesn't even believe what he's saying because it matters to him.
He plays the game. He's very aware of it, but he still plays the game because he knows that it's important. And it's funny to see, like, he has that God complex, but Kyle, knows that shit matters.
We got to keep an eye on Devin when he starts speaking.
think the lag's getting longer.
Me. So, I don't want you to reveal the list, but on the top, the composite top 10 list, are all the interdimensional cable episodes on there?
All right. So on the composite list, no interdimensional cable episodes. Everybody's list. Let's see.
Besides me, I don't think I have one.
Yeah, everybody.
La.
There's one.
La doesn't have it. Daquan doesn't have it. Marvin doesn't have it. Devin doesn't have it, and I didn't have it. If I'm ranking the episodes I like the least, interdimensional cable ones are.
I enjoy those because I like the sad. I like the side stuff.
Technically, I got one.
Let me see.
I think the first one was funny, and then when they played on it, we don't do sequels or sequels suck and stuff. It was like, yeah, how much can you get out of it? But the season 3 switch up, the what was it?
Morty's Mind Benders.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like,
yeah,
you get the anthology. It's like they're formulaic with how they do episodes too. If you like look at it, like season 10 is the character arc reckoning stuff, and they do like some type of flashback stuff with the
Did I miss 5 seasons? Did I miss like 6 seasons?
Did I say season? I'm probably meant episode 10. Episode 10. Yeah. So each episode 10 for the season. Listen, I'm already thinking ahead. Each episode 10.
Just imagine where we'd all be when they finally get to season 10. Jesus.
Oh man. Hopefully I'm not in Michigan. So.
At the rate they put it out, it'll probably be like global warming.
I'll be old as shit. So that was funny that nobody had the interdimensional cable ones, and like I like the fact that most of them are just Justin freestyling comedy and shit. That's how we get the Jam Michael Vincent's and shit, and the Two Brothers skits.
Listen, but see, I like the interdimensional, but I feel like those are like low hanging fruit for the most part. That's why I didn't pick them, because I felt like those could easily be picked. You know what I mean? Because the episode, like the stuff that's happening in the background, is fun, but the episode is really like, how weird can we get in these weird TV shows from these different dimensions? Because the first one we see, I don't know why. I mean, I've paid attention to it, but I guess like I might have fell asleep or something, because I've been watching these on loop. And it's one episode it's one TV show within this interdimensional world where like it's an old lady, and she has all these cats, and she's gonna give everything to her cats, and then she dies. So it's like Weekend at Bernie's but with cats. And then the guy falls in love with her, and he's like having sex with her. He's like, oh, Mrs. whatever. and you hear the cats meowing in
the funny thing is, I could see that if Netflix doesn't keep re-upping his contract, I could see that being an Adam Sandler comedy. Like I see that. The woman will be played either by Kevin James or Steve Buscemi.
Listen to me. I hope nobody gets any ideas when this shit releases. You giving away Hollywood ideas.
If anything, it needs to stay in animation. It needs to animate.
All right, so let's do the top 10.
Devin's talking.
Hey. Well, so here's why I asked, because I got the mic. I'm talking, but no, I put Marty's Mind Blowers on my list because I felt like of the interdimensional cable episodes, quote unquote, it's not interdimensional cable; those are replacement for it. But I felt like that one was better than interdimensional cable because it actually tied into the whole story of the show. So that's why I was asking. I wanted to see if anybody had those in there.
That I would say if I'm ranking the three of them, that one gets me, because that one, it's like the skits were a little better to me, like the Contact skit that they had. Like I watched Contact when I was younger. Yeah, movie's long as hell. Yeah, it's kind of preachy, but I watched it a lot on HBO because they always ran Contact. And seeing them parody that, which nobody parodies Contact anymore, I'm like, that's hilarious. That shows that one of the writers was up at 3 a.m. channel surfing on HBO Signature, and just so happened to see that movie and just wanted to parody it. So I'm like, that's hilarious. Okay, so shit. What I put the list? Shit.
Uh-oh.
Shit. Where is it? Okay, there it is. I have too many notes open. Okay, so.
Oh, look at the doggy.
The top 10 Rick and Morty episodes. I hope that's a better dog than Snowball.
It's the same breed, I think.
It looks like the Snowball breed. Just don't give it a collar where it can talk and think.
No, I think it was La. I think La and I were watching it like over the phone or something. We were podcasting. She had it on the background, and I remember you lost it when he comes in and he's like, "Jerry, where are my testicles?" Yes.
He's like, "Where's my testicles?" I was gone. And also he was like the part where he's like, they're like Snowball. And he's like, "Don't call me by my slave name." And I'm just like that is delicious. That is chef's kiss, man.
I I'm very biased now because like I love Rick and Morty. I fell in love with Rick and Morty. And then now I'm a huge Community fan, and when I found out that Dan Harmon did Rick and Morty before Community, I'm like, geez, man, like this dude is truly a genius, because Community is one of my all-time favorite TV shows now in the like year and like 4 months. Yeah, and the thing is, it was a COVID show for me. Like I never saw Community before.
Well, no, he did Community before he did Rick and Morty.
Yeah, but like I didn't know about it because I had heard of Community. I had I have a lot of friends that were diehard fans of it and always told me, like, yeah, you would love it. I'm like, all right, I'll get into it eventually. Oh yeah, Donald Glover. That's what he was on that TV show, right?
Yeah, relax.
So
big Donald Glover fan.
And then seeing him on that, like it just like retroactively watching and then seeing the talent everybody had. Like now Joel McHale hosts every damn thing. You know, Ken Jeong's going on the stuff.
Don't get me started on him.
I have a Twitter beef with Yvette Nicole Brown. You know,
hilarious.
She's my Twitter nemesis. You know,
hilarious.
Right now. She's my in the morning.
Nights.
And still the hardest laugh I've ever had. Like, and honestly, like it is one of the best gags I've ever seen in a TV show is the episode where they're doing it actually is like a precursor to Morty's Mind Blowers, because they're in the psychologist's office, fake psychologist's office, and he's giving them the fake, like, you guys are crazy, you're all having group psychosis, and he says, "I'm the devil and you're in hell," and the camera just zooms in to Donald Glover. He's like, "I knew it," and Joe McHale just slaps the shit out of him. He just holds his face like didn't see it coming. Like the second I saw, I honestly think I was drinking something. I did a spit take. Like that is the greatest gag I've ever seen. So Dan Harmon, man, like he's a genius.
But he also uses his Morty voice in that series. Like it's like a cartoon box looking thing, and it's literally just Morty's voice.
And I've heard Justin does that voice like that. Like that is like his go-to voice,
signature like voice.
Yeah, like Hank Azaria's go-to voice would be like Mo Sizlak, because like Brockmire sounds a lot like Mo Sizlak, and anything else he does sounds a lot like that. So that's just his go-to voice. Or E.G. Daly's go-to voice is Tommy Pickles for some reason. You know, it's just like that's just the easiest one they can get.
For the most part, for a lot of
another great
actors,
show. People need to watch that.
For a lot of voice actors, they have like a foundation voice, and then they build upon that voice. Because if you listen to if you take a famous voice actor or whatever, like take Cree Summer, right? You know it's her because all her characters kind of sound the same, but there's different inflections that she has. So every voice actor has a base, and then they just build off of that base, which I think is very cool.
I think she's automatically Susan Carmichael for me.
She's Penny from Inspector Gadget when I hear her voice, but then when I learned that one, I was like, what? Yeah, she's Penny from Inspector Gadget, but then the one that really hits my mind is
Elmira.
Kids Next Door. Kids Next Door, when she was number 5, and Kids, because I loved her. I thought she was the coolest thing since sliced bread. You know what I mean?
She was one of those ones. The second I heard her voice, I'm like, Freddie?
Exactly.
Because I watched the different world. So here I'm in the background, like, that's Freddie. Like, I know Cree, and I knew her because he was my favorite character on different world. I'm like, I love Cree Summer. To me, the one that every time I hear his voice, it's just the same as Phil Lamar.
Yeah.
Like his voice is just, anytime I hear it, I'm like, that's John. That's a Green Lantern. Like that's Samurai Jack. You know, like it's like everything. Like that's just that voice, that powerful voice comes. I'm like, oh, I know that voice. And then finding out that he was Marvin in Pulp Fiction, that's the dude got his head blown off, is just absolutely hilarious. Also,
yeah. Kevin Michael Richardson's a good, like, he's somebody I can identify when he's talking to.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Honestly, I wish they would have gave his principal character on American Dad a spinoff, because just everything that he's into would make a show. I'm like, look, I know Cleveland got his show,
hilarious,
but his character is the best character. Like American Dad is incredibly underrated, especially last years.
Listen, I was obsessed with that show. That show outranked Family Guy, Simpsons, everything to me. Like I love that show, and it did not get the love that it received. It didn't need to get, but you know who voice, like, I just don't like him as a voice actor because it doesn't change. I can't remember his name, but he plays Joe on Family Guy.
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, Patrick Warburton. I love him as an actor because his facial expressions are amazing. Like he always be having these weird facial that I dig. But as a voice actor, it's like, so this you gonna do the same voice every time.
It's gotten to the point where his voice is the joke.
Exactly.
Kind of now, so I get what you're saying. And it's one of those voices. The second you hear it, I'm like, that's David Puddy. Well, now it's
he's the voice. He's the voice equivalent to Ryan Reynolds as an actor.
The irony you say that, and in Ted, their characters are a couple. That's legit funny.
Wait, whoa. We don't have any Ryan Reynolds slander in here now. Hold on.
It's not slander. I am a huge Ryan Reynolds fan. I've been a fan of his since like Waiting, actually from like Two Girls, a Guy in a Pizza Place. Like I've been a fan of his for quite some time. He plays the same person. I mean, he plays the same beats in everything he does. He plays the same beats.
If you were Ryan Reynolds, would you want to do anything other than be Ryan Reynolds?
And that person is amazing.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not, I'm not saying, but I'm saying like
Reynolds, I'd be Ryan Reynolds.
I'm pretty sure
you can be Ryan Reynolds in any aspect.
If anybody can be Ryan Reynolds, they'd be Ryan Reynolds. But my whole thing is, he went into acting for a specific reason, and I'm pretty sure like every actor goes into like want to change the world or do different things or.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to find what works, and then when you find what works, just monetize the shit out of that shit.
I mean, the guy dated Alanis Morissette, was married to Scarlett Johansson, and is now married to Blake Lively, and he's been in like 5 comic book movies, and he was never the worst thing in any of those movies.
And Deadpool sound the same. I'm for it.
No, but here's the thing. I'm still a fan. I'm just saying he's very one note. That's all I'm saying. I literally went to go see The Hitman's Wife Bodyguard the other day. Like, I'm still a fan. I'm just saying he's one.
Now, there is a good movie he's in called Chaos Theory. Ironically, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. And the funny thing about it, he's like younger than all of us, but he plays, because he has his beard, he plays a father of a girl that's getting ready to get married, and she's like 27. And I'm like, all right, that's suspension of disbelief, but I'm with you. And Buried is one of those movies that I've only watched it once, and I've loved it, and I can never watch that movie again.
Oh, I have no personal beef against Ryan Reynolds. It's not like Kyle and Yvette Nicole Brown or nothing like that. But he's just very one note. Like it's a brand. Okay. Case in point is I went to go see the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard for early screening, and they played his trailer for Free Guy in the trailer, right? And I watched it and was like, oh, this is about to be the Hitman's Bodyguard, just not in a video game setting. And literally, we get to the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, and he actually has on that same blue outfit for Free Guy in the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. I was like, did he not say something to somebody? Like, I know you know that this. Like, come on, guys.
So that's like when Cat Williams did 2 stand-up specials and wore the same damn green outfit.
Exactly, and it's like, come on.
Because I bought the DVD, and then I bought another one a couple weeks later. I'm like, this dude selling the same damn DVD. That's the same green ass outfit with the same green coat, but they in a different location.
This is hilarious.
It is.
I'll admit, Ryan Reynolds does play it. He does the same thing over and over again, but I'm a huge Ryan Reynolds fan. Ryan Reynolds is like one of my top 5 human beings ever. Like if I could have like a big dinner with all my favorite people, it'd be like him, Dave Chappelle, Maya Angelou, maybe 2 other people.
That's a weird little dinner. She gonna be telling poems while everybody making jokes.
God, I would love to see Ryan Reynolds and Maya Angelou at the same dinner.
Same table. That's fair.
Like,
I mean, listen,
that would be perfect.
I wouldn't mind having a dinner with Ryan Reynolds either. Like, I'm just being honest. but I feel like if you're going to be a fan of somebody, you can say when they're awesome and you can say their faults. Like
a tree is a tree.
Listen,
I've been a Ryan Reynolds fan since what is it called? The Quest. The CBC show where they're all kids and the one kid gets knocked out. This is literally like his first acting role. And I used to watch it because it used to come on CBC. And it's like a kid's playing in like a tree house. He falls, gets knocked out, and goes into a coma. And the coma is basically the show. And whatever happens, like people he knew, it's almost like half Wizard of Oz. People he knew are now in there. And
that's Detroit shit for you, CBC.
It was like they used to have some good shows coming over from Canada, man. You get the antenna, you get Channel 9, like some good shit back in the day.
Not Channel 9. That's hilarious.
All right, so let's do the top 10.
All right.
So,
around enough.
Top 10 Rick and Morty episodes. I know I did 5 and I did 10 after that. Okay, number 10. Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Okay.
For anybody's watching, that is the episode where it's Rick versus the devil. That is a good. I think that's one of the first summer episodes that fully like the A plot was on summer.
Because that's episode 9 of season 1. So yeah, that's
I've shown the ending of that episode to multiple people because just showing people kicking somebody's ass while X is gonna bring it to you coming in the background. That is one of the best things ever. It's showing Rick and Summer lifting weights, getting steroids, just going to beat the devil's ass.
I just watched that episode today. So one of my favorite things about that episode is like she's like, did we learn something from this? And she gets really real with him. He's like, did we learn that like I'm a little jealous of Morty and want to spend time with you, and you realize at my point like you think that I matter? And he's like, they're both like, nah, that's not, no, we didn't learn anything from this. And then he's like, but if you want to talk about like revenge, I got an idea. And he whispers to her, and you can literally hear him say, he's not saying any words at all. And I think it's hilarious that he made that very audible that you can hear that he's not saying words. I think it cracked me up so hard.
Daquan, so was that one wasn't on your list, was it?
No, I like it though. I think that's between that and the Lawnmower Dog. I probably saw that clip on Twitter first, and that's when I like fully started watching Rick and Morty. But no, yeah, I love Alfred Molina because he was Doc Ock. Like Spider-Man 2 is my shit. Like on some Key and Peele, this is my shit. But
Alfred
the Alfred Molina episode, that episode was good just because, you know, your grandpa is the fucking devil. Like that's it.
Yeah.
I love that
the entire thing. That's it. That line is it.
Like he's
Rick, literally the fucking devil.
Only Rick can piss off the devil.
Yeah.
Right?
Only Rick.
And then when Summer goes to save him and just keeps wasting wishes on the monkey's paw.
Yeah.
And I'm with the devil like, damn, that was a waste of a monkey's paw. Like, how short-sighted are you? I want to know CPR. Just wish his ass back to life.
But actually,
how hard is that?
For me, it's quintessentially the height. No, not the height, but close to the height of Rick's petty. It's close to the height of Rick's petty. I think his petty is is
Store
the toilet
across the
episode.
street.
The toilet episode is like the pettiest of petty for me. For Rick, he's like super petty. 9.
So number 9 is the Rick Lantis mix-up.
Okay.
Love these titles, man.
I actually had that on my list, but I took it off.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me jump
I
in on
traded
this.
it for Morty's Mind Blowers. So yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite episodes itself, just because, like, I like when they go the switch up. I remember the marketing for that episode and the switch up where they just show like the intro and them going to Atlantis, and you get the story, the in-depth storytelling from all those perspectives of. It's kind of like layered as far as you're dealing with the same character, but it's a quote on humanity. It's like we're all the same. It's nothing that you're doing that's different. It's just how much willpower, how much Rick in you do you have? So I love the layered storytelling in that, with like the cop Morty and Rick, and then the coming of age story, and it's just a great episode for me.
Listen, that episode messed me up a little bit, because that's the episode where like they make wafers out of like that Rick's tears or whatever,
Simple
right?
Rick.
Listen, simple Rick. Listen, so the part that gets me is when he's walking my man's out and then he shoots him and then links him up to the thing, and then he's the new wafer. He was like, he's a new flavor. I was like, this is genius writing, but this is dark, and I loved it. It was so good.
I shouldn't admit this, but the second he pulled out that blaster and put it back, I started busting out laughing.
I was dying.
I'm
cracked up so hard.
I'm like, I knew it. Like, I knew he wasn't gonna get it. Like, it just blew my man's brains out. Devin, what about you?
Well, real quick, let me go back to our number 10 episode. So, real quick, I think you guys like point to me and let me know when to talk, because there's this delay and it's really, really weird. It started to mess me up. But the last episode with the devil, Kyle, another show you put me up on is Curb Your Enthusiasm. And I feel like that episode might have been the inspiration for the Spike story. That episode, like Lon said, that's like Rick's absolute pettiness at its best. Yeah. So you tie that to Curb Your Enthusiasm. If you watch that show, especially this last season, man, I think they go great together. But no, this episode, man, I said it too. Like Simple Rick, I really enjoy Simple Rick, man. It's just like you learn more about Rick's infinite selves in this episode, but Simple Rick is just like that. That to me was like the epitome of the whole episode.
Now stop.
Well, he already stopped, I think.
Yeah. This one I was happy to see this one on the list. So number 8 is Big Trouble in Little Sanchez.
Yes, that's mine. Yes.
The episode that spawned my shirt.
Yes.
It has one of the greatest rants in the history of anything ever. Get your shit together. Get all together. That was actually the episode that this just shows how long ago this was, when I was working in public storage. And I got my boss into Rick and Morty, and that's the clip that I showed to him to get him into Rick and Morty. I'm like, he was at my job and I was watching it. He's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, just watch this clip and let me know if you're into the show. Later that night, he texts me. He's like, dude, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen. So this episode means so much, because this episode was just like, just so hilarious.
Get together. Did you get your shit together?
I got my
packed her ass up.
I love it. And I love it how she starts trying to walk away, and then he just puts his head back in and get it all together. Get in the bag, and just keeps coming back with it. Like, Morty is done with this shit. Like, look, I'm getting ready to be popular. You're get next to Jessica. Don't you fuck this up in your new little shirt. Don't fuck this up for me. And I know one of La's favorite parts at the end with the vampire and the names.
Oh my God! Listen,
that's a funny bit.
The first time I saw that, I was in tears. Watching that because he said, Coach. He said, wait, is he doing a bit? Like,
was he doing a bit?
Is he doing a bit?
I felt like I'm being the asshole here.
Like, I'm being an asshole.
Everybody's like, no. He was like, okay, because he's like, normal names. Let's go with normal names. Okay, after this, and then he just bites into that girl's neck. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that episode soon because that's I cried tears, like real laughter tears watching that. Oh, that was so good.
So for me, one of the things that I love about Rick and Morty is music. And in this episode, Rick is singing a song about, I'm in a vat, I'm dying, help me, please help me now.
Mm-hmm.
I die laughing at all the music. And you watch all the other shows, man, music is a very, 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 very prevalent through line through all the episodes, man. Like, that's why I think I took Swiftie off my list because it's all about music. So that's why I really enjoyed about this episode.
One of the other parts of that episode that really stands out to me because it's season 2, and you see how much of a dick that Morty's becoming in this episode. You see that he's becoming a straight up dick because he was willing to like risk Rick just so he can like bang Jessica, like whatever he was going with Jessica. Like Morty was gonna risk it all. Like, I don't care, like just to get with Jessica. Like, he trash.
Like it was one of the first things I thought about when lockdown and quarantine first started happening last year, and I shared it out, and it's from that episode. It's when Tiny Rick is at the dance and he's like, I got this new song, let me out, this is not a dance. I'm like, this is my anthem for 2020. This is what I see being my anthem for the rest of the year. I see this is it. It's it right here. Like, I need this on repeat. Oh man. All right, so number 7, and this is gonna be funny because I know one of you doesn't like this episode too much. A Wrinkle in Time, number 7.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not that it's a bad episode. They do their like storytelling breakup things where it's like off the Richter, and like they completely just do like there's another episode that I can't really put my finger on right now where they do that and it just like completely throws me. But I just don't. It's the same thing. Like, I wanted them. I don't think it's bad. I don't know. It's probably just a personal preference. I have an unnecessary annoyance with it.
That one to me it's up. If it's not my favorite Rick and Morty joke of all time, it's right up there, and it's the Schrodinger's cat.
Schrodinger's cat's one.
And yeah. I'm like,
I know that's your part too.
That is just some high level comedy right there.
You love that part so much.
That one, like I took physics classes. I was that nerd. I took physics classes and stuff. And
explain it to me in depth. Yeah.
So I'm like, you put the Schrodinger's cat mathematical quantum physics equation as the punchline of a joke in a cartoon. I'm like, that is high level shit. I'm like, there's only gonna be a very finite amount of people that get that joke, but the ones that get it are gonna ride or die with you. And I'm like, that is if you know joke. And when I heard, I'm like, Jesus, that is absolutely highbrow. I'm like, I love this show. And then anything with Keegan-Michael Key in it is just a win. Like, I literally we watched it again, and I probably watched it about 8 times from his Saturday Night Live, like about 3 weeks ago. One of the greatest sketches I've ever seen is the Muppets one. And it's him and Keenan, and they're laughing at they're at the Muppet Theater, and the 2 old guys are up there, and Keegan beats the shit out of one of them so bad that the puppet goes off camera.
Waldorf is down.
His eyes are just black and blue, and he's just shaking because if you haven't seen it, just look it up. It is one of the funniest sketches. Like everybody breaks. Keegan breaks, Keenan breaks, the guy's doing a puppets break, like Mikey Day's doing one of the voices.
That's
breaks.
The best part of SNL to me now is when they break.
I'm telling you, it's only like about a 5 or 6 minute sketch, but it is so spot on. The audience dies. They get the audience. Like it is one of those sketches that it's gonna be referred to for a while. Like it was the one that I heard people talking about before I watched the episode. If you haven't seen that one, just go on YouTube and look up the Muppets Show sketch with Keegan-Michael Key on SNL. It is one of the best sketches of all time.
I'll check it out. I love A Wrinkle in Time. Because it's essentially a two-parter.
Oh no, I was getting Devin.
They split up.
I was getting Devin the time.
Oh, did you? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
So I don't even.
2, 1.
No.
So I don't even know if I should talk about the Keegan-Michael Key sketch from SNL or this episode, man. But yeah, make sure you guys go watch that episode. Watch the whole episode, but make sure you watch that skit because Keegan-Michael Key killed it. But yeah, for me, once Keegan-Michael Key was the best part of this episode, man. Him with that weird flaccid little gun is like, y'all assing. Keegan-Michael Key, he might be at my dinner with Maya Angelou, Dave Chappelle, and Ryan Reynolds. You
gotta have a Detroit dude there. You gotta have some Detroit representation.
Yeah, Detroit.
If you want to actually talk about the show and the storyline, this is one of those moments where Rick actually shows compassion for Morty. Like he's getting ready to sacrifice himself to save Morty.
Just the way he goes from atheist to true believer. just
like, oh
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Oh,
it's so fluid.
God. Ha, I win.
So fluid. He was like, God, is there a hell? Please have mercy on me. Like it's such a he flips so quick. But I love A Wrinkle in Time because it's essentially, to me, I look at it as a two-parter because the way the first season ends, it ends with very meta with him being like, yeah, motherfucker, season 1. Roll credits. Like,
and that's where we get the greatest gift ever of Morty twerking.
Morty twerking, he was all like that, yeah. And Summer was like doing this, it was so good. And then like
shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got.
And it picks up like right after that. Like I love that it picks up in season 2, and I love everything about it because like everything comes to a head. Like one of my favorite parts is at the end. You see, what's his name, Mr. Johnson in the wheelchair because they forgot to put the mattress underneath him. He fell off the roof.
The fact that it's just so subtle in the background to
it is, and like I was like, it was. Listen, the first time I saw that, it was so subtle. I was like, wait, what?
And you see
I had to rewind it.
And the mailman coming to check on to see how he's doing.
Listen, I had to rewind it all the way to the beginning because I was like, what do you mean that he fell? I did not see that. It was so subtle. So like every beat is hitting this episode. Every joke comes full circle. Like, of course, Keegan-Michael Key is like, his voice is so distinctive, but how he speaks and how he like how he hits like beats within his comedy is like, it's just very unique and it's always funny. Like he was like, because one of my favorite parts is he steals the the gun from him, and then Rick tosses it outside. He goes, "Chris," he named it. He named it Chris. He got ran over. He's like, Chris.
And one of the best Easter eggs, and it's one of those things that if you're not paying attention, you will not get it. But at the end, where you got Key and Peele together.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where I'm like, yo, that's Jordan Peele. Oh shit. They actually got Key and Peele.
They mistook Rick for Einstein.
I will fuck with time.
I will mess with time. I will. I was like, this is so. I was like, this is.
That's also
because them arguing together is just like. It's
man,
just
I was looking all over for you. I told you I was, man. I told you I was half past time. Do you know how much time is half past time?
No, he was like, no. He said, I told you I was after the dinosaurs. He was like, I told you I was after the dinosaurs. He's like, you know how much time is after the dinosaurs? I just watched the episode. Like I love it so much.
I love the callback when they bring him back in the snake episode.
Yes.
And he answers the phone. He's like, "Slimmy Pants here. What's going on?" Like,
yes.
He's like, "You want what with me?" I don't know about that.
I just feel like
your ass allergic to work. That's what it is.
I feel like whenever Keegan and Jordan are together, it's like lightning in a bottle. It's just magic. Because their characters in Toy Story 4, even though they're barely, I say like total, they might have 10 to 15 minutes screen time in Toy Story 4 are everything that comes out of their mouth is hilarious. And then they end up giving them a one shot, like,
really?
Pixar short or whatever. You can see it on Disney Plus. Hilarious. Like, whatever, give them words and let them speak. And
their show was so influential to me to this day. And I live in the Detroit metro area, so it's colder here way more than it's warm. I cannot hear the phrase black ice and not bust out laughing because of that show. And if you've seen that sketch, that sketch you felt that one. Like, you've always felt it watching the news. Like, I wonder what they really have an allegory for. But I'm gonna just watch the news. that episode. Maybe the black ice, maybe the white snow came down on the black ice. All right. So number 6.
Right.
And this one is actually an episode that 3 out of the 5 of us actually had on our list. Episode 6, Vindicators 3, The Legend of World. Was it The Legend of World Ender?
I was this close to having it on my list.
Yeah, the return of World Ender.
Yeah, I was this close to having it on my list, but I didn't put it on my list.
Devin, what about you? What do you? I think you had this one on your list.
This was my number 2 episode, man. Come on, man. It's a Avengers spoof, man. You can't not have this on the list. It's an Avengers spoof. It was great. And then, like I said before, when I was talking about season 3 with that, when they came out with those bangers, that was one of the like 4 or 5 bangers that they came out with. I think this was the one after Pickle Rick, before or after, I can't remember. But so much in this episode, and I don't know if we'll get to it, but I'm not sure who does the voice of Mr. Poopy Butthole and Noob Noob, but that guy, one of my favorite people in the entire show. So
yeah, this guy gets it.
This guy gets it.
This guy gets it. Yeah.
That is
great episode.
One of my favorite gifts.
My number 2 episode, man. I love it.
Because anybody knows me knows I speak in gift form, so that is one of the gifts I keep like in the chamber. To like, if I agree with somebody, I'm like, this guy gets it.
Noob was on it.
What about you? You had this one on yours, didn't you? I think you did. Let me see everybody's list.
You talking to me?
Wow. Yeah.
Not me. I didn't have it on my list.
Oh no, I didn't have it on.
No, you didn't.
Marvin did them.
Yeah, so it was me. So
I mean, but that's a solid episode though. Like, I can still talk about it. Like, it's still a solid episode. Like I said, it was very close to being on my list because like Noob is hilarious, and like the ending is funny to me because you think that Rick cares about Morty, but in actuality he cares about Noob, and it's like, and like Morty was so pissed. Like it was very twofold for me because Morty knew so much about Rick. Like it showed how much the episode showed how much Morty knew Rick, understood Rick. He has
how many times Morty? Too many, Rick.
Too many. Like, he's like how like the stuff that we haven't seen. What Morty has been through, how traumatized this kid is, but also how resilient and strong and smart he's becoming, that he's been through things like this before and has saved himself and have saved Rick. And then for Rick to give all that love and attention to Noob at the end, my God, that was hilarious. It's
like the Israel joke. like what is Azrael? Hey man, I'm not touching that. You do you. Like even a robotic crocodile knows I ain't touching that shit. It's too much for me.
And let me talk. Wait, are we in real time now?
I think we are. Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was
shit.
my Bluetooth was messing up. All right.
Wow. The whole time. Okay. All right, then.
All right. So for me, how Rick tore down each and every one of these characters was absolutely hilarious to me. Like, oh, Million Ants? Oh, I thought he was Turd Guy. Okay. And then he was like, Crocubot. So let me get this straight. You're a cold reptile mixed with a cold machine, so you're just a bunch of redundancy.
Who's the shit out of them all? I was late due to my drinking, and I mentioned that to zero applause.
Man,
you know what though?
But
let me just talk to you guys in real time now.
I know it's crazy.
That is hilarious. You know
the
what?
The fact that this whole time is via Bluetooth.
I might put that as the intro for this whole episode.
I would, so people can see what happens up until that point.
I might put that as the intro.
I would definitely do that. But the part that I love though is that I don't know her name. What's her name? The main chick.
Oh, Star something.
I forgot.
It definitely ain't Starfire, but but I digged her because she got dark real quick.
Ooh,
and I love that. I love the nuances in Rick and Morty. I love that it can go from being like very campy and funny and meta to just being like, oh, it's about to get real.
And to find out now retroactively that's Gillian Jacobs. Yeah, that's Britta.
No, I knew her voice. Yeah. I've seen her in things before, so I knew her voice.
I hadn't seen Community, so when I saw it, and I'm like, oh shit. So Britta ain't the worst.
No,
but she still plays the worst. With Logic.
Oh my god.
No.
Like that episode, man. That episode, Rick's like, all right, hold up. Oh, I just shit myself. All right, bye.
That's my number 2, man. That's my number 2.
That episode goes hard. All right, so now we've reached the top 5, and the 5th episode, Total Recall.
Nice.
La, what do you think about that one?
I thoroughly enjoy that episode because it starts off so weird that you are kind of like a part of the ride. Like you don't know what's real, you don't know what's fake, and you have to learn the rules with them. Right. And so I thoroughly enjoyed that episode. I feel like that episode was like a filler episode, but just worked very well. I feel like that was an episode that they were like, we need something right here, so I don't know what to do. And they just put a filler episode like anime style, but it works with the entire series. And because if you look at that episode, I think that episode was only to introduce Mr. Poopy Butthole. Like I think that's the only reason they have that episode. Right? And they was like, but how do we do it? All right, let's put this pencil that looks like a fictional character amongst other fictional things but mess with people's memories. And I forget what this episode is based off of. Like somebody does this episode before.
Really?
Like it's like a parasite in memory, and I can't remember.
Well, it's Total Recall. It's just a Total Recall thing.
No, but this is happening like in a TV show.
You know what though? I'm gonna say that sounds familiar, but then I might be finding myself inside of a joke. Like the fact that I think that sounds familiar, but it really isn't. I might be incepting myself.
I figured out what it was, but like I didn't write it down.
Please tell me that because so I don't feel weird that I'm like I think I
didn't
that.
So I think that episode's pretty good. They set it up the week before, the 2 weeks before though, because with the Jerry when they dropped Jerry off at the
40 Night Run
play, and they switched them, so they kind of set it up in the credits that it was a completely different Jerry that we went with. So I think that it's one of those subtle things that like you guys were talking about. You see something and you get the full scope of just what their universe is. That's Total Recall isn't one of my favorite episodes, but it's pretty fun to watch within the universe.
And then thinking about Dan Harmon, it's a bottle episode basically. Like that's his Annie loses a pencil. Like he just had to keep all of his characters in one location for one time, so it makes it easy on the animators. Well, should have been. That was, and then just the I think that's probably one of the first times that Rick breaks the fourth wall. I can think of. Like, I don't remember doing too much in season 1, and that's just one of those. He looks was it Amish Samurai? What is this, 90s Conan?
Yeah. If we're a guy that watched a lot of 90s Conan, I popped that joke, man.
My favorite one, like, of the mini skits, is the one where he just goes ape shit over Nintendo DS's, and then legit just asks Nintendo to give me money. Nintendo, give me free stuff. Like, dude, I imagine I do the same fucking thing. Pick the biggest fucking company and just, hey, I'll promote it. Just give me the money.
Man, this is my number 3 episode, man. So the last 2 being in my top 3, that I'm in my bag right now. All the like crazy characters, man. I think that's what got me, like, reverse draft.
I have a short neck and legs. And he just says it all off the cuff. Like, I have a short neck and legs. All right, anyway.
Like, I love Hammerite. That was another one, man. But I think Lyle said it, man. This is the introduction of Mr. Poopy Butthole, man. Like, of the 9 like main, family characters, like Mr. Poopy Butthole is my favorite character outside of them, man. So for this to be the introduction of him, and man, and then how it ended too, man, with the whole, them shooting them, and once again, pouring the wine.
Is this it? Is this how I die?
And you said one of your favorite memes was Morty twerking. That pouring the wine is my favorite Rick and Morty meme. Hands down, that's my favorite meme, man. So, like you said, like, as far as like the storyline goes, it ties in, but it doesn't have like a big tie-in to it. But as far as like a singular episode, hands down one of my favorites. I think it was a great episode.
Yeah, and like I said, that's the episode that got me into Rick and Morty. Like, that was my first introduction to this world. Like, I literally got in on the deepest end you could get into at that time, and it just threw everything at the wall, and that's what just got me in. Like, okay, anything goes with this show. I'm in. Because I'm like, I don't know if Mr. Poopy Butthole is not a member of the family, because watching the opening credits, he's in the opening credits. So as far as I'm concerned, as a new viewer, he's a part of the family. And I'm like, wait, is he? Is he not? What's going on here? So just as an introduction for a new viewer, that one threw me completely for a loop. I'm like,
this is the episode with the Tom Cruise joke, right? With the cute he kept on saying
cuisine. Yeah.
Cuisine,
I'm like, Tom
cocktail.
Cruise in that movie, Cuisine.
Yo, I was like, cocktail, bro? And I was, okay, me trying to
that
figure
joke
out.
was hard.
Me trying to figure out what the movie was. Listen, when I find it out, I'm gonna tell Kyle, and I'm gonna tell Kyle to tell y'all, but it's in there. And it could be like a Doctor Who episode or something like that that I'm thinking about as well.
It's probably the Doctor Who or Black Mirror,
something like that. Like, but it's the reading is. I was reading some stuff. I just found out that this episode is inspired by an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So, in the beginning of season 5 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like at the end of like season 4, we find out that she has a sister that we've never seen.
That's the episode with Faith. Yep.
That we've never seen before, and she's like, who is this girl? And then the girl was like, Mom. We were like, wait a second. So the writer found it horrifying that, I'm sorry, spoilers. Nobody's seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But anyway, the writer found it like horrifying of like somebody implanting memories in somebody's head. So this is where the episode came from. So I thought that was pretty dope.
I bet they're not gonna brag about that with everything going on with Joss Whedon. So anyway, on to number 4.
Wait, something's going on with Joss Whedon?
Hey, he's not the only writer. He's not the only writer.
Not gonna do it. So we're actually now getting into one of my all-time favorite episodes, and to me, it is. I gotta look at my list real quick because I don't want to like lie to myself. It is. So this is my favorite episode of season 4. Number 4 is Claw and Order.
Yes.
Special Rictum Unit, aka the Morty Gets a Dragon episode.
Man,
episode is that to me is like that's like Jordan Game 6 with the hand up, That's just like Jeter walking off after hitting a homer. Like that is like, look, I've laid my nuts on the table. Admire him if you want. I'm done. There's nothing more I can do. Like,
wait, what number is this?
This is number 4.
Okay.
And
ironically, it's my number 4 episode.
Yeah. Like this one, it's got some of the most quotable bits, man. I mean, it's got the future joke. Probably all right. So Pickle Rick was the first time they truly went viral. Having Rick ride a dragon, listening to Future's Mask Off that's what got people back into finding out what Rick and Morty is.
Yeah,
it's the ass, aka Bones, half skit between Rick and Summer. What is this? Bones? No, it's ass. And they solve ass crimes. Go to her ass. That's Brenner. Go to Brenner ass.
Yes, that's
and probably the greatest Rick quote of all time. Are you gonna go slay it? First off, I always slay Queen.
Yeah. That's
Wait, why do you have Ecto Cooler? Man.
Then he got fucking Tesla in the background too, just like everything that anybody would ever want.
Man, when he put out that, so I don't know if this episode made it into our list. I don't want to. Don't tell me. But the whole Szechuan sauce episode, to me, Ecto Cooler was the one that hit me because I like Szechuan sauce, but man, as a kid, I drank so much Ecto Cooler, it hit me right there in the heart, man. My 90s child just came out. I was like, that's Ecto Cooler.
Finding out as an adult that they had stopped making that years ago, it was like a Mandela effect. I'm like, no, I had that when I was like 17. I'm like, no, I ain't had that shit since I was like 9. Like, damn, why did they stop selling Ecto? And it just really like, why did they stop selling Ecto Cooler? Like, I bought the shit all the time.
Listen, they end up bringing that back in a future episode where he gets caught by like the little aliens or whatever, and it's like Nathan Fillion's talking to him in that thing he brings back. Mm-hmm. They take him to a part of his memory where he got Szechuan like the Szechuan sauce, and he was eating it with nuggets or something.
Oh no, I thought you was about to say they actually brought Ecto Cooler back, like they brought back Szechuan sauce for
I
them.
Real excited.
I honestly got. I was about to say like, okay, just email me like wherever it was so that I can.
Look, anybody out there that knows where I can get some Ecto Cooler, send the link to Kyle.
Amazon. Just go on Amazon, look up Ecto Cooler. Bet money.
Shit, that should probably be like 18 years old.
I bet money.
I might look up the actual recipe for it.
Man. I was hoping it was another Szechuan sauce moment so we can get Ecto Cooler re-released.
Listen, this episode is one of my favorites. It's on my list. It's one of my favorites. It's
you know what number it is?
I didn't have a particular like
order. Okay.
Order. I didn't have a particular order. I just tossed them out. But this episode is like the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be watching this a couple times. Because it's so disgusting and hilarious, and the fact that the bonding is like that, he was like, and it's like little things that Rick would say within the episode, like when they bonded, he was like, oh, don't look, but like don't look away, like,
the part that broke me is when Summer's shooting the arrow with her leg.
Up,
and it just goes wrong and hits him in the eye. Like, I did not see that shit coming. I thought it was gonna work, and it just my eye. So what the hell's wrong with you? Like,
when they hung the dragon and like Rick was like,
and then the whole time he's trying to explain what it feels like. He's like, you ever have like something in your throat? You can't just really.
Okay, Rick, we get it.
Because it takes like hours or days to kill a dragon like that. Like
78 years for a dragon to die by
hanging. Like, that is hilarious. And then when all the old dragons and Rick and Morty and some all them link up. Oh my gosh!
God! Just saw the staff.
Listen. And when he said that, I was like, wait a second, and I saw the staff. Oh my gosh! That episode is classic. But then you have the B story of Jerry with this cat that can talk to him.
There's a
I forgot about that. I completely forgot about
Right?
that.
We can't forget the B stories. The B stories be lit sometimes in Rick and Morty, though. Those B stories be
That's
lit.
one of those episodes where everybody was talking about it and it was truly split. It was, oh my God, what are they doing with this dragon? And other, what the hell is up with this cat? What's this cat's backstory? Like, what did they see?
I need to know the cat's backstory. It has to come up in season 5 somewhere. Because when Rick found out what it was, he was like, oh, he's like going crazy. And then he wipes Jerry's memory. Like, oh my gosh.
He's been in my house where I keep pictures of my family.
I was like, what did he do?
Hey, Kyle, you'll appreciate this, man. So on the podcast that we started off on, the Knockouts and 3 Counts, whenever we would have a guest that came on that was from Florida, I would always ask them this one question. And the question was, have you ever had an interaction with Florida man? Like, so the fact that him and this cat flew to Florida, I was like, all right, I'm in.
The only place the cat could want to go.
It's the only place it can happen. It's the only place this can happen.
And he blamed Jerry for like pooping on the beach.
Who took a shit in the sand?
And
Someone took a shit in the
on
sand.
it. He did it.
And someone took a shit in the sand, just like kicked it a couple times.
I love how the cat just completely starts like they just bragging about weird sex positions. He's like,
hey,
so how is this
you didn't like this episode, man?
No.
I
can't.
I looked down the corner and he was like mad quiet, like, man, I wish they would stop talking.
Yeah, I'm trying to like it's nothing really I can jump in. Like I think like after the whole slut dragon thing, the episode just go off the chain, and it's outside of my realm of entertainment.
Slut.
Yeah.
That's like right up my alley entertainment. That was so funny to me.
It was all over your face, man. Like, man, I wish they would stop talking about this episode, man. Let's get to the next one. Yeah.
I'm trying to see what 3, 2, 1 is.
Now it's good. Now this is where the list is going to get really divisive. And this is what surprised me doing the list. When I'm watching, I'm like, okay, I know that.
Kyle. Number 1 is what I think it is, right? It's gotta be, right?
Okay.
Kyle, if you say what I think you're about to say right now.
Pickle Rick.
How, son? How?
I enjoyed it. It's not on my list.
Me, you,
what?
And believe it was.
How is this number 3?
Me, you, and Marvin all had this as our number 1 episode, and I'm like,
so
I saw it. So Daquan does not have it in his list.
Number 1. How is it number 3?
Daquan does not have it in his list.
Because 2 and 1 gotta be, all of us had to link up.
La does not have this in her list.
No.
It's not on their list at all. And that's what surprised me. There are 2 other episodes that we all agreed on more. And I'm like, the fact that it's not even on 2 people's list is what shocked the shit out of me. I'm like,
I can explain.
Wait,
please.
Wait. But still, the fact that it was 3 of our number 1s, how is it not number 1?
There are 2 more episodes that we all agreed on more
higher.
That are ranked higher at them.
Okay, because everybody didn't rank them.
Yeah, it's an average.
That's what it did to me, because I'm like, I tried to use the old BCS formula, so I'm like, okay, well, 3 of us,
okay.
3 of us have it as number 1.
Everybody had ranked them, it would have been number 1.
No, yeah.
If this had at least been on one more person's list, I would have ranked it higher. But because Daquan and Rod didn't even have it on their list, I'm like, it just shocked me.
Kyle, I've known you for a while. The way you were talking, I was like, no, this is not what I think it is, man.
Yo,
I didn't want to tip my cards early.
He is hot. That hat is almost coming off.
I'm telling you, I'm swiping because I screenshotted everybody's shit so I can, and I had it on another phone, so I'm going back. I'm like, wait, no.
You know what? I'm gonna shut up. I gotta hear this.
So Daquan,
ladies first.
Oh no, you can go, bro.
Okay, I'll go first.
Let you go there. You ain't
so listen.
What?
I think universally, Pickle Rick is everybody's favorite episode. It's like, when you talk about Chappelle's show, you're talking about Rick James. Exactly. Mm-hmm. So it's pointless to put it on there. I think it's a great episode, but it's like just the same Rick stuff. It's like we know he could turn himself into a pickle. It's a good bit, but I like Susan Sarandon's cameo more because she played like once again, that's another B story is better for me is because you get, I think during that season we're getting to the root of Beth being just like Rick. So you understand that, wow, this bitch is really just like Rick, and she's coming to understand it. So now, like, then the narcissist, and then I think the next episode was actually the Playworld thing. So, like, that whole, I think it was season 3, like that arc for her finding out that it's DNA and it's like like daughter like father.
Yeah.
Like the Susan Sarandon cameo when she like read him for like you think like it's boring because it's work and we get it, but you here too, bitch. So like
when I first saw that, I was silent because I'm like, holy
she ate
shit,
him.
we just got real.
Yeah,
ain't no joke in there. Like,
and their
I'm just telling you about
their
yourself.
dynamic is hilarious because he doesn't respect therapy, but he like participates. So it's like really demeaning for him, and you see those character moments where he has to be human, and like in the season 4 episode 10 where they show up at Wong's and he has all these things pre-programmed for when she got him under pressure. So like it's funny, that dynamic.
Well, I mean, I'm on the same page as Devon. Like it's one of those like low hanging fruits to me because it's everybody's favorite. So if it's everybody's favorite, let me pick something else that can be, that can be ranked along that too. Because like everything in that episode is solid to me, down to the Russians not be able to know where he is, like him not only turning himself into a pickle, but like rigging everything to like kill these rats to make a body for himself. Like, and then him in the shootout with the dude and they both stapling things. Like, it's a solid episode. And the fact that nothing changes because Morty and Summer are in the back and they're like, well, we like therapy, can we keep going? And then they like, you want to go to a bar and drink? And they're like, yeah, let's go. And it's like, nothing has changed between them. Like, I just didn't put it on my list because it would have just been easy to put on my list. That's why I didn't put it on my list. But it's a solid episode. I don't think anything bad about it. My friend actually has a Pickle Rick plushie that I saw before I saw the episode, and I was like in season 2 of Rick and Morty, and I was like, Pickle, and he was like, yeah, Pickle Rick, and I was like, well, I haven't seen
like it is their mascot. Like that is the
but
biggest
it's such I feel like it's such an
Rick and
iconic episode that you just don't put it on your list. Because it's so easy. Like, what's another one?
That's why I wanted to get a few people, because I'm like, I know this is gonna be Devin's favorite episode.
Devin going through it.
We've talked about this episode enough. Like when Devin first got into it, like I kind of got Devin into Rick and Morty and Star Wars. I'm sorry about the Star Wars part. And there would be.
I just want to know if my excuse was good enough for Devin.
Oh, not at all. That's like saying. Wait. That's like saying, hey, who's the greatest wide receiver of all time? Well, everybody gonna say Jerry Rice, so I'm gonna say fucking Tyrell Williams from the Detroit Lions.
That's not the same thing.
It is.
It's not.
Just because everybody says it doesn't mean you don't put it on your fucking list.
It's not a best list. It's a favorite, right?
So you're saying this is the Chris Collinsworth of lists?
It's like okay, I understand. If everybody gonna pick it, so I'll put it number 10. You didn't put it on the list. That's what got me.
It's not my favorite, man. It's like it's a good episode. I just don't sit down and be like, yeah, Pickle Rick.
Okay, all right.
Because it's like catchphrase. Like I think I can equate it to like I watch wrestling. Like you get like a gimmicky like it's like the Ultimate Warrior of episodes. Like it's a gimmicky episode.
Wow,
it's a gimmicky episode.
I was with you until you compared Pickle Rick.
But you don't really like Ultimate Warrior, dog. Come on, look, be real. Like you as a kid at 7 years old.
Be real. Look at they bought
Be real, dog. You don't really like
Pickle Rick to the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh my God. Side conversation. Kyle, who's my most hated wrestler of all time?
Well, besides Trish Stratus, the Ultimate Warrior.
No.
Okay,
No. Kyle, what wrestler do I hate the most out of anybody? Not the Ultimate Warrior. The guy the Ultimate Warrior beat for the title.
Oh, Hogan, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't say that on me. I hate Hulk Hogan with a passion since I was a kid.
It's the same cloth though, man. Like if you hate Hogan, you hate Warrior. It's a gimmick.
You can't tell me as a kid when you watching the Ultimate Warrior, he come out, that music hit, he running down the aisle, you like, yeah,
hell yeah. When I was like 7, that shit was cool. Like I'm 34 and I know he just like ran around on cocaine.
So wait, so you right behind me? No. What happened as a kid, you loved the Ultimate Warrior, but what happened was you realized he was a piece of shit human being as an adult, and then you were like, oh, I don't like the Ultimate Warrior. But as a kid, you had tassels on your arms, man. You was taking the ropes.
No, I wasn't. I like Shawn Michaels. I hated the Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior was always trash to me.
No, wait.
Listen, I don't like the flair, man. Like
wait,
I like.
Just tell me you wasn't a Hogan fan. Were you a Hogan fan?
Hell no, I hated Hogan.
Quan, show me your shirt.
Don't do that because this is marketing. this is marketing now.
Wait,
you gotta be a Quantumaniac. It's like Quantumaniacs.
I mean,
he mad as hell.
So wait. You hated Hulk Hogan, but you.
Hell yeah! I'm trying to get money. I don't care about that.
I feel like I need to be Susan Sarandon and have you at the couch right now, sir.
No, listen. I know about capitalism. I know.
And the funny thing is, that's what actually led me to reach out to Daquan because I started watching the videos he was producing, and he put in one video. He said something. He's like, "Now my lions." I'm like, "My lions." Ain't nobody that's not from the D claim the Lions. Like I'm from the D, and I vote for the Patriots because I love Tom Brady and shit. But I'm like, I'm still a Lions fan. I'm like, no, that's interesting. And then he said something else. He's like, yeah, my Quantumaniacs. I'm like, okay, that's
listen. Those are the two things. That's it.
You claim the Lions, and you let me look this brother up on Twitter. Oh shit.
Hey, Kyle, you know we got to have a whole podcast about the Detroit Lions, right?
Oh my God!
Yeah, I'm thinking of getting the guild together and doing something for the right before the beginning of the season.
So, Quan, real quick, I hate Detroit Lions, but
this is an ongoing thing with Devin. This is if we were all together right now, get a drink and let him just go off on the Lions.
I can't stand them, but I think they might have finally got it right, man.
No, wrong, incorrect. They got the GM pick right, but this team not gonna go.
My cousin Dan Campbell is not gonna do good.
No, he out of there after year 2.
Coach, I don't give a fuck about the coach. That's window dressing. The GM,
yeah,
that's what I care about. The guy that's making the decisions, that's what I care about. I think they might have gotten it better.
I'm probably one of the biggest GM. Like I can't say anything bad about anything that he done. He got a return for Stafford and potential for the future. The team is young, and that's a different story for a Lions podcast. But yeah, I like Brad.
Yeah, we'll save that. We'll save that.
Sorry, La.
She like, what y'all talking about?
She's used to this between me, Zero, and our lately departed friend Tesla. Yeah, whenever we go off on the Lions.
Shout out to Tesla, man.
Number 2. And this is the one that I was very surprised about. Well, I was surprised with these top 3. This number 2 episode, everybody but me had on their list. Look who's purging now. I was the only one that did not have this. 4 out of 5 had this on their list.
That's such a good episode.
And when I think of it, I'm like, I like the episode, but yeah. I like the episode, and I kind of get it to where what Quan was saying about Pickle Rick. I get a little of that. This one, to me, is like, okay, they're doing the purge. What else? That's where it hit me. I'm like, okay.
All right, let me jump in. Let me jump in. For me, this episode was about 2 people. It was the girl, I can't remember what her name was, and Morty.
I forget that.
Morty snapping on that dude in the lighthouse.
Oh, and that music.
I will know. That is one of my favorite parts of the entire series. Like, yeah, we cut the 2 weeks now, bitch.
Like, dude,
Me and La have we on our podcast together with our friends. What kind of black nerdcast is this? I started going on a rant one time, and I sprinkled this tidbit in, and La instantly just started laughing, and she knew exactly what I was talking about because we were only two to watch Rick and Morty, and I think I was going on one of my DC rants. And I'm like, you know what pisses me off in movies? Where they don't even like start the story. They'll like start the story midway and then cut back to 2 weeks later. You don't cut. And I started saying verbatim what Morty said. And she's like,
I was gone. I was like, this is hilarious. Because I know exactly.
And since we've been doing this podcast, you've kind of like, you kind of had like a through story going through here about how Morty started morphing and how he started to like grow some balls and started, you know, becoming a little bit more, you know, assertive. Mm-hmm. If you were to rank this episode, would you put this in your top 3?
It's not. It's on my list, but if I would have rearranged my list, I don't think it would be.
He hot about that.
Top 3, but it'll be top 5 though. I think it'll be top 5.
Top 5. Well, no. I'm not even talking about the Pickle Rick, but it's just because like. You've said a few times how you like how Morty has grown through this whole series.
Now, if I did like a Morty grown list, it would probably be top 3.
Okay, now that's why I was asking. I felt like to me this was like the one where he's like, oh, Morty's starting to show himself.
And I think Rick noticed that, which is why he told him like, yeah, you only went crazy because of the candy bar that you ate. Like, don't worry about it. Like, you're fine. Like, because he could see that like. Because you wanted him to partake so bad, and Morty's so repressed, and he was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Like, it's fine, I'm not gonna do it. And he got a taste of it by pushing that dude down the stairs, and it was over. Rick was like, I gotta fix this. I gotta wrap this up in a bow and we could already see with like evil Morty that Morty has it within him to be way more than what he is. So I like this episode. I thought this episode was hilarious. Like, Devin, you were talking about music. The music in this is like priceless.
Yes. So a couple years ago, I'm driving in the car and I'm with my now ex-girlfriend. And 90, I think it's like V96.3 and 98.6 or something. And I'm driving and it comes on and I just bust out laughing. And I'm at a stoplight and I'm just cracking up. And she's like, what? I don't get it. And I'm like, I can't even explain it to you. Like, you're not into it. No, I can't explain it to you. Just know this song now is forever changed for me.
Yeah,
I will
forever.
Never not think of a certain thing.
And the girl, her name was Arthresia.
Yes.
I knew it was somebody I really know. Like, I think I went to high school with somebody with that name.
Her name was Arthresia. But I like this episode because it's just
you talk about
mind you, I've never seen The Purge before. So I've never seen The Purge before. But I knew, it's just not my bag.
If you saw the episode, you've seen The Purge.
I mean, essentially, I know that much. And when they did the episode, I was like, oh, they basing up The Purge because I saw the trailer. So it's fine. Because I've never seen The Purge because I feel like that's too close to what they want to do to black people. So I'm just good. I don't need to really pay attention to that. But
they lean into that in the later movies, but the thing that pissed me off real quick about The Purge, it's just they took a great concept and then didn't do that much with it. Like, okay, murder is legal for 24 hours. All crime is legal for 24 hours, including murder. Okay. And every film is just the same thing. It's like
about murder.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, but you could have had a movie like a heist film. Yeah, I'm like, you could have one of the movies be like a heist film where if everything's legal, I am not gonna try to murder somebody. I'm gonna try to rob the shit out of everything. If grand larceny is legal, if racketeering is legal for 24 hours, I'm getting a group of friends and we're doing.
But I think maybe the premise of that movie, the one mistake was them adding murder, right? The one mistake was like adding murder. Maybe the second movie should be. Maybe each movie should have been them adding something to what you can do. So like
that would have been a better concept.
If the first movie is like all thievery is free, whatever for 24 hours, and then the next one is like all murder. The next one is like all this, you know what I mean? Like if maybe you would have upped it, but you put all your eggs in one basket.
The first movie is a home invasion movie. Like they literally, like it's literally a bottle movie. The whole movie takes place in one location, and it has some of the stupidest characters you've ever seen. Like literally, and you're probably not gonna watch it. So all murder's legal for 24 hours. So Ethan Hawke's character is the guy that designs security systems. So obviously his house is going to be the best house. Mario Vitale, his house, his refrigerator is stacked with shit. So if I build security systems, my house is going to be the most secure house on the block.
Right.
They lock the house up. Somebody comes banging on the door saying, "Please help me. They're trying to kill me." Hey, that's the purge. Like, that's what happens. No, well, his kid lets the guy in.
Kill the kid because we're done. I don't have time for children doing the purge. But and
you say I'm bad in horror movies when I say they kill a kid.
No, kill the kid. I don't have time for this. You already know how I feel about
fuck them kids.
Exactly. You already know how I feel about World of War.
I've said it like for years. Whenever they do that in a movie, whenever they actually go through with it, I love it because I'm like, I hate that in movies where the kid gets in danger and the hero comes and just grabs another way. Okay,
but I don't like stuff like that because
kill the kid.
And it's usually white people's kids because I promise you, if it was an African American child and the parent told you, "Yo, no games or no this or no nothing," it probably wouldn't be a movie.
I think that happens in one of the later movies where somebody says, "Should we save him?" And the black is like, "No,
like stop." But getting back to the episode, I like Look Who's Purging Now because one, the flip of Arvarisha being like savage was just great for me. That was good. The whole episode is like funny. Rick just keep getting the short end of the stick in this episode.
Just want some windshield wiper fluid.
You feel me? That's all he wanted. And he wanted to just see it from afar. But Morty let his dick lead him, and he was like, "Let's go see the girl," and then just made all this stuff happen. And then it's like again, B-side. B-side is Summer and Jerry. Jerry trying to it first looks like a father-daughter type of like he wants to bond, but then he asked her for money because she got a job.
I think I just reposted it on my Instagram.
That's just good stuff.
And the conversation that Summer and Jerry have is one of the best pieces of writing they've ever done. And it's like one of those things, once you hear it, it's like, I'm gonna use this for the rest of my life. So he's like, "Hey Summer, what you doing on your phone?" Okay, what am I supposed to do with that information? I'm either supposed to say yes and act like a trained dog or say no and be a smartass. You're not having a conversation. You're holding me verbally hostage. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. that's something I'm keeping with me the rest of my life. Hey, Dad. Yeah. What you doing? Going in the kitchen? Okay, I got it. Like
he was frying his ass. Oh my God, Dad, shut the fuck up. Frying his ass.
Unemployed ass. Yeah. Calling unemployed, calling buddy hotlines and shit. Is it Taddy? Yes, Jerry. Somebody we've never heard of is on the phone right now with Summer, giving her coordinates. Get the fuck off the phone, Jerry.
It's Taddy Madison. I believe it was. He kept calling it Taddy Madison.
Taddy Mason. Right. Only Jerry would be calling the best friend hotline.
Yo, and just speaking of Jerry, like I just watched the episode where like they drop him off at like the Jerry
daycare,
like, whatever daycare place, and the fun, like one of the funniest parts to me is when it's a room full of them all trying to figure out the aux cord, like which aux cord goes. And I was like, and he's like, so he comes over and they're like, are you the one that tried to leave? They're like, yeah. And he was like, why, right? And I'm like, everybody's like, yeah, right. And they were like, you think you can help because we're trying to figure out which aux cord is like which one goes for the audio. And he was like, have you tried the aux cord? And everybody's like, yeah, but it's two different colors. Like, I'm just like, this is terrible.
That to me gave me like, when I saw that, it reminded me, just probably in my head now, more so now, everybody knows what's going on. But my father, that would have been my dad. Like, that would have been my dad to just be in a room full of other dads. And then like, well, have you tried the aux cord? Well, here, let me give you a hand with it. Like let's figure this out. I'm like, that would be my dad just to get on there and just start messing around and then just figure it out. But like that's like the most dad thing I've ever seen them do with Jerry.
Wait, I just watched that same episode and the part that got me where he was like, I'm just gonna walk out. He was like, okay, you can always do that. so he's like, I'm leaving. Like, that's always been allowed.
And then they just show him outside and shit. And he's like, oh, I've gotten into way more shit than I imagined. So now this is the number one. So this is going to This is gonna be the one that really does it. And this is the episode that all 5 of us had on our list.
Did we get to guess this?
All right,
I know.
I will give everybody one guess. So I'll start. Daquan, give me a guess.
Let me look at my list. Let me see. I'm going to guess that it is Morty Night Run.
All right, Devin.
Meeseeks and Destroy.
La.
I have 2 guesses. Can I say both of them?
Go ahead.
Please. It's either Meeseeks and Destroy or the ABCs of Death.
Which one you feel strongest about?
I want to change my answer.
We're not going to do that.
I absolutely know what it is.
We're not going to do that because that's actually me choosing, and I want to say both of them.
This surprised the shit out of me, and this is one of those things like when I said everybody send me your list, and everybody sent me their list, and like when I get the little notification, I'm like I want to see it, I want to know what anybody else put, and then I wrote mine out, and then that's when I went and looked at everybody else, and I'm like, damn, Pickle Rick ain't on Baby Buddies. That's my first reaction. And my second one was like, damn. Meeseeks and Destroy is on everybody's list.
That's crazy.
That was my number 5.
And the funny thing is, that's the only episode from season 1 I have on my list.
Yo, that's on my number. That's my number 5 too, just in my list. Like not like in any particular order, but it's literally just number 5 on my list. I think that's
and I'm like, yeah, man. Like that was like whenever I rewatch season 1, that's the episode where I go back and I'm like, yeah, I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me. Like that one is like the first one they really found something that like they hit. And maybe it's my morbid sense of humor, but I cannot not belly laugh at the B plot with Rick and Morty in the fairy tale.
Oh my God.
Kingdom.
King Jellybean?
Not even that part. The part that kills me is when they're in the giant's house and the giant comes out and slips and falls and cracks his head open and dies.
They're like, oh no! Jesus, Daniel!
That honestly, I was hyperventilating from laughing. I did not see that going left like that. Dude just walking in, ain't doing nothing, slips, falls, cracks the shit open and dies, and then just having there twitching to like that. Honestly, I'm not about that.
Wasn't his name like Larry or something like that?
Dale.
Dale, what did they do to you?
A giant named Dale.
Dale, what did they do to you?
Oh man, so
listen, that's Meeseeks and Destroy is one of I think that's the season 1 episode that made me continue with Rick and Morty. Like, not to say that the first because that's episode 5 of season 1. Mm-hmm. Not to say that the first 4 weren't great.
Wasn't a great pilot.
You know, I'm not saying that the first 4 weren't great. It was just weird enough for me to keep going. But that episode 5 was like, yo, I gotta finish the rest of the season to see what this show is about. Because not only is Mr. Meeseeks a great invention, if we just gonna put it out there, it's a great invention that I think everybody would love to have. But the episode is just chock full of funny. Like with the one Meeseeks being like, I'm a stickler Meeseeks. So he pulled out the gun.
What about the short game?
What about the short game? Like that to me, that's one of the greatest parts. And then like we were like Devin had pointed out, I was talking about like the through line of like Morty growing, like Rick growing and stuff like this. This is one of the first episodes where you see that Rick loves his grandson. Mm-hmm. He won't physically say it, but he'll show it. Because when listen, that scene in the bathroom with King Jellybean and Morty had me, I was physically upset. Like my body was like, I can't watch this, but I watched it because you can't help but like watch it. And
it's like, where are they gonna go with this? Because they go anywhere. Where are they going?
Exactly. Where are they gonna go with this? To see Rick like look at Morty and then look at and put it together, I was like, oh my, something bad is about to happen. Like something's about to happen. Like the whole episode was just solid, and I love that it's like, because I said this is a cartoon and it's like, but it's still like real life, because the fact that the cops were called on Jerry for like the hostages being taken, and then the fact that they were like, yeah, let's go home, and they were like, no, you gotta explain all this before you go. Like, what do you mean go home? Solid episode. Just
I think I keep saying I don't know if I said this like outright, but Jerry is absolutely the best character on the show. You live in a world where everybody wants to be Rick, like you want to have all this god power and all, be smart and everything. But watching Jerry like exist in a world where he's a feeble-minded idiot and like everything is an adventure for him. Like the only time, once again, if you look at the story structure, the only time that he gets everything right is pretty much in like the episode 10 of the season. So what are we talking about? What episode? I forgot.
Me Seeks and Destroy.
Me Seeks and Destroy. It's like Greg gave you a simple command. Like make the Me Seeks do something.
Make it simple.
It's simple. And he thought he did it. He thought he did the right thing. And it just turned into this big ordeal. And like, that's the part that, that's the irony that I kind of pull from the show is like, no matter what, you're going on an adventure. It could be as grand as Rick, or it could be just as simple as Jerry doing something stupid, just depending upon your level of intelligence. It's an adventure. So that's one of the best things that I pull from Rick and Morty, but that episode specifically.
And one of the things I love about just comedy is how it can take a everyday thing and just show you the absurdity of it. And I used to golf all through high school and after high school. I love golf, and it's not easy to take 2 strokes off your game, but if you work at it, you can do it. And when Jerry said that one to me was like, oh well, that's gonna be the easy one. I thought it was gonna be the thing with Beth or make summer popular. I thought make summer popular. Okay, that's gonna be the big one. And then Jerry just not having the mechanical fundamentals.
My God.
Take off 2 simple strokes off his short game at least.
My God.
And
Not
I'm like,
Beth,
that is hilarious.
But that informs you about their whole relationship, right? He never gets his act together until Beth like makes him get his act together. Like it was up to Beth to take what the Meeseeks said to force him to get his act together. But also this episode opened up the whole through line of them like deciding that they should separate and possibly get a divorce and all this other stuff that happened because the Meeseeks helped Beth learn that like maybe I shouldn't be with. And then she fell in love with the Meeseeks and tried to kiss him. He disappeared. He was like poof. She was like, I think I'm done drinking.
She wouldn't be. I gotta say this was really fun.
Wait, Devin, how did you feel about the episode? I don't think you said anything.
Like you literally just said everything I was about to say.
That's all. I saw a look from Devin like, that's it.
All right.
Yeah, no, I was going to point out the fact, like, I felt like this was like the first episode where you really got to look into Jerry and Bev's relationship and like how fucked up it really is, and the fact that Jerry is really, really dependent on this woman to get his shit all together. But yeah, this is my number 5 episode. Hands down, one of the classes. Didn't think it would be number 1, but yeah, this is definitely
not see that shit coming.
We got to blame the BCS on that because I probably would have had it like number. It's probably my fault too, not ranking them. But it's definitely like a middle of the pack and beyond for me.
He real salty like a pickle right now.
I am truly trust me. When I was looking at this, and I thought about, I'm like, I am not going to skew the numbers. I'm going to be impartial. Everybody had this one, so this is obviously number 1. But I'm like,
that's integrity.
I didn't like it. I'm like, damn it, this shouldn't be fucking number 1. Like this is crazy.
I love it.
All right, so real quick, everybody, what is your top 10? What is your top 10? What is your top 10 Rick and Morty episode? What is your list? So La, what were your top 10 Rick and Morty episodes? I know yours wasn't in specific order, but what?
So mine wasn't in specific order. But just how I wrote them down, it's Something Rick This Way Comes, Look Who's Purging Now, Big Trouble in Little Sanchez, Morty's Mind Blowers, Me Seeks and Destroy, A Wrinkle in Time, Total Recall, One Crew Over the Crew Coos Morty. Solid episode.
I love that title.
Solid episode. Claw Hoarders, Special Rickdoms Morty, and the ABCs of Beth.
I knew the ABCs of Beth were going to be on your list because I know the punchline that kills you every time when they're talking about Tommy eating all the
certified fresh.
Oh, wow. Certified fresh. Here we go.
if I would have had a number 12, that probably would have been it.
That one got a lot of punchlines on there. That shit's hilarious.
And we're like, okay, guys, we're way ahead of the reveal here. Can we keep it going? Like, I'm like, look, we all know where this is going. Let's just skip ahead. We know he's eating them.
That episode is so solid to me because when she has her knife, like that's the episode where Rick tells her like, "Yo, you're crazy, and I have to protect the school kids from you because you're nuts." And
invisibility tape.
She had that
Poison
knife
gum,
and it was
sentient knife.
And the knife was like, "Hey, Beth, it's been a while. Should we go stab some people?" Like
a teddy bear with anatomically correct innards. like
Ladybug taser.
A baseball bat that didn't break. Like Beth was.
You were a scary fucking kid, Beth.
like, oh no, I bad father all the way, but you were a scary fucking kid.
Yes. Oh, love that episode.
DeGuy, what was your top 10 Rick and Morty episodes?
All right, so mine aren't in order. I'm gonna try to reverse engineer it. M. Night Sham Aliens.
Over Pickle Rick. I'm sorry.
That one. I
told you Pickle Rick is already like
it's in the stratosphere.
Song. Yeah.
So you gotta put Jared Wilson in the top 10 wide receivers? That's what you're telling me? That's what God damn it.
Let me think of this. Let me reverse engineer this. All right. Yeah, M. Night Sham Aliens, The Wedding Squanchers. I would go probably Star Mort, Rick Turner, the Jerry, Me Seeks and Destroy, Look Who's Purging Now, Morty Night Run, Autoerotic Assimilation, Vasted episode, The Ricks Must Be Crazy.
And the funny thing is, only you and I had the Vada Acid episode on our list.
I love the Vada because at the beginning of the year.
So close. I was so close.
At the beginning of the year, I was watching it on repeat, and it's just so good. It's funny because it's that's Petty Rick that you guys were talking about. Or say the vat is good.
But also, Morty is petty in that episode too. Morty is just as petty as him because he was like, couldn't we have done something different? Like, does it have to be like? He was so mad.
Whoa! Look at the bones on that rat.
Yeah, how many did I kill? Yeah, that's just hilarious.
Whoa! Look at the bones on that rat. No, man, I gotta ask the guy. I'm gonna call him down here. Stay here.
He was like, "Oh my God, can you just leave?" He just killed everybody. It's like that's a solid episode too.
That one is one of my favorites, man. Devin, what about you? What is your top 10 Rick and Morty episodes?
All right, mine are in order. I think my number 10 might be the only one that picked this one, man. Rattlestar Rick Lactica, the Snake Jazz episode, man.
Yeah, which honestly that surprised me because I really wanted to put that one on my list, and then when I started looking at them, I'm like, damn it, I can't put that one on my list right now.
For me, it was the end of the episode. It was the post-credit scene when he met the other Ricks with the costumes and shit like that.
They gotta be a dick about it.
Yeah.
We both know.
Again, that's an episode that full circle because he punches him in the face like Merry Christmas. And
Morty, next time stay in the car.
Black eye. Yeah, solid.
Had last year been a better year, I would have used that as my Christmas card, but 2020.
Number 9 was something Rickett this
way
comes. Yeah, I wrote it down. Fucked up. Number 8 was Marty's Mind Blowers. Number 7 was Rick Mansing's Stone. I think I might be the only one that has that one.
Mm-hmm. You did, that one was good.
Thunderbone episode, man.
Joe McHale episode. Hey, you guys need coffee? Never mind.
Number 6 was Look Who's Purging Now. Number 5 was Me Seeks and Destroy. Number 4 was Claw and Order. Dragons, man. Number 3, Total Recall. Number 2, Vindicators. And number 1,
Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick.
Number 1, Pickle Rick.
Let me see. Marvin, who wasn't here with us today, his list was in order. Number 10, Look Who's Purging Now. Number 9, Riddle Star Rick Lactica. I think he misspelled it. Number 8, Old Man in the Seat. Number 7, the Rick Lantis mix-up. Number 6, Vindicators 3. Number 5, Lawnmower Dog. Number 4, Get Swifty. Number 3, Me Seeks and Destroy. Number 2, Total Recall. Number 1, Pickle Rick.
Of course.
So he actually had the most season 1 episodes actually too. That's why he actually bumped up the average for season 1.
Khan's my new favorite human though, because we both didn't have Pickle Rick on this side. I appreciate when I'm by myself in it.
It's a layup, man.
It is though. It's so easy. It's so easy.
Well, you know, Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time, so I'm not gonna put him on my list.
I don't talk about Michael Jordan. Hell no, I'll be talking about Zeke.
I do that. I always get a lot of shit like
it's like putting John Stockton on the dream team. Goddammit!
How don't you got Jordan on your list? Because I grew up in Detroit, and I saw him get his ass whipped a lot. That's
how you do it.
My list. In order: number 10, Me Seeks and Destroy. Number 9, Edge of Tomorty, Rick Die Repeat.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got. My favorite Michael Pops. Holograph. Was it holograph?
He said nerd.
Number 8, Vindicators 3, the Return of World Ender. Number 7, Vat of Acid episode. Number 6, The Ricks Must Be Crazy. Number 5, Big Trouble in Little Sanchez. Number 4, Claw and Order, Special Victim Unit. Number 3, A Wrinkle in Time. Number 2, and this is one that I'm surprised nobody had on their list, the Victorian Morty date.
I was close.
Man, I had to think about that one, man.
That to me, when I literally was thinking of my favorite episodes, and number 1 is Pickle Rick, of course. The 2 that instantly came out were Pickle Rick and the Victorian Morty date. Seeing Rick go versus the president is one of the most badass scenes they've ever had. And then the whole part where they got the whole room full of the Secret Service. And he's like, are you leaving the room? No. Are you getting a selfie with him? No. Well, then I'm never leaving. He's like, it's not a fucking god. Kill him. You don't know what I am. You don't know what I can do. I can be Doctor Who in this motherfucker.
Listen, I was so close to putting that on my list because I love Keith David. And
oh man, he's amazing. So good on that.
He's amazing. And that episode was just so funny because again, petty Rick. Sometimes some of the best episodes are petty Rick, and he was extremely petty in that episode because that's an episode where him and Morty were frying the president because they were like, is he shrinking? His clothes not shrinking with him? Like,
lame.
He was like, what is this? From the 80s? Is it like,
he's like, he'd rather play Minecraft than go say and help the president out.
Man, listen.
Hey, they said you need this shirt. Why? Because they said you had a tendency to swing your dick around.
Yeah. Like they just kept beating him.
Like that was just punchline after punchline after punchline. Sanchezium, please don't read everything you read on Wikipedia. Okay, he's not afraid of pirates. Oh no, shit, that was real.
He's like, run, Morty. He's like, run, Morty. I was like, that's so, yeah. Good
Look,
stuff.
The United States government cannot fall prey to a living god, besides Poseidon, but he's locked in Area 51. But you didn't hear that from me. Like, wait, fucking Poseidon's real in this world? Like, then the punchline, the 2 punchlines at the end, where Summer just farts, and he's like, because of the fart. Like, no. And then he's like, I know you're coming to kill me. You're coming to kill me because I'm a clone. Beth, you stupid bitch. I love you. I was gonna kill Jerry. Jesus Christ. I straight okay with an M16 to fucking just murder Jerry in front of his family and just thought it was gonna be okay. Yeah, that to me, because it was like a year and a half wait between seasons 3 and 4. That was the last episode we had, and for a while we didn't know if that was gonna be the last episode we ever got. So that one just always was just special to me. I'm like, damn, if they were gonna go out, it's a badass episode to go out on. Like,
because that fight scene between him and the president, they need to put that in a movie. That's top-notch choreography, right?
You got the twins from The Shining. You got space lasers. You got cocaine. You got finding out the moon landing was fake.
No, the scene in the White House where he's like, he's like, somebody shoot him. He's like, I'm telling you, don't do it. He's like, don't do it.
Why did you just knock him out?
He's like, He's like, no, I told you. He's like, I told you what was gonna happen. I was like, that's
like, why'd you just knock him out? What? Everybody wants to be knocked out. Nobody wants to be dead.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, nice. That's good stuff.
Oh man.
Question for everybody: is there an episode that you guys didn't like?
Raising Gazorp.
Okay.
That episode to me.
That episode had moments.
I just never grooved with that episode. Just watching it, I'm like, I'm glad this was earlier in the season because I'm like, that episode. And I thought about asking everybody what their least favorite episode was, but I don't want to put that much pressure on everybody.
It sounds like you hate women, Kyle. That's what it sounds like. You're not about feminism? You said because Summer was leading that you ain't like it?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think that's what it is for sure.
That episode to me, man, that to me is just like that one was a miss.
For me, it's Children of Mort when Rick thought he impregnated that planet and they had like the copy. I'm like, the fuck am I watching?
That shit is hilarious. Hey, listen, I don't know. The whole episode might not be funny, but when Jerry get the staff and he say shaboom boom, yo, that shit be cracking me up.
It had his moment.
The first part where they're in the car.
Episode, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching right now?
The first part where they're in the car and it's just the whole family and Rick is just sitting there in the car. Just, he hates the fact that he could either teleport or fly, but he's stuck in the backseat of the car. And Summer's like, you got her pregnant? Grandpa, you fuck boy. Oh man, like I love the show. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining me here today. I love that I can finally talk about this because we haven't done some other show. I love being able to talk about Rick and Morty because it's my favorite show. My two favorite shows are Last Week Tonight with John Oliver and Rick and Morty. It shows you where my allegiances lie. But I really do appreciate everybody being on today. Daquan, let everybody know where they can find you at on all your social media platforms.
It's all Quantity Media now. I lost my main Twitter account, so now it's Quantity Media, QWANTITYMEDIA on Twitter and Instagram. Find me on Facebook. I'll be back on YouTube soon. YouTube Best TV.
Devin, now that you're in sync with everybody, let everybody know where they can find you.
The 3 years. Okay.
Shout out to technology. You can find me on Twitter at Devin63. That's DEVINTHE63. You can find me on Instagram at All Steak No Sizzle. Make sure you guys check out Knockouts and Three Counts podcast. I haven't been on there in who knows how long, but life comes at you. But
we had an orange president last time you were on.
It ain't been that long now. It ain't been that long. But shout out to Mr. Collison, Kyle Collison, for holding things down over there. So check that out. KO3C Pod on all social medias. And real quick, man, I just want to give a shout out to my man Dave, man. Dave was supposed to do this episode, but
yes.
We lost him a couple months ago. So really looking forward to having him on this one, man. So shout out to Dave. Yep.
Black Girl Marvel Law, where can everybody find you?
Everybody can find me on all social media at Black Girl Marvel. So that's YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, IG, Twitter, Instagram. I already said IG because Instagram. But you can find me everywhere. Right now, somehow my editing system has fixed itself where I did something and it's fixed now. So I can finally start pushing out the rest of the episodes of WandaVision, the first 5 episodes of Invincible, and I'm going to give a review on Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the Hitman's wife's bodyguard, and I will be giving a reaction to Loki as well. So, a lot is coming. But follow me everywhere, please.
You can find me, well, if you're watching this, thank you, and you found the YouTube channel, so please make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. In the comment section below, let me know what are your favorite Rick and Morty moments, what are your favorite episodes, are you excited for season 5? Put everything down in the comment section below. And you can find me on all social media platforms, Team Kayos. That's Facebook page, Team Kayos. That is Instagram, Twitter. You can even hit me up on PSN if you want to get your ass kicked in Madden or something. Hit me up. And also follow me on Laz Podcast together with our friend Zero and Is She Black or Asian? Lou. What Kind of Black Nerdcast is this? Find that YouTube page here on YouTube, and you can find the podcast on most platforms and find out the Facebook page. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. I really had fun with this one. Really appreciate y'all taking your time out to talk about a crazy ass show that just appeared out of the ether. As always, nerd responsibly.